Hi, this is Karen at Fiddlesticks Fabrics. This project is our rainbow Bargello. We've just made a placemat from this, and this is actually made from a striped fabric. So this is the fabric that we use. And it comes, we're going to use 10 of these strips. So we're going to always start with the red, and it's this red, and it's in this direction. So it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, green. So those are the strips that we want to use for this placemat. So we're just going to trim a 1/4 of an inch seam on either side of these. So just line your ruler up here and here and trim your 1/4 inch and flip it around. And we're only going as far as green for this project, so we're going to cut in the blue. So just line your 1/4 inch seam top and bottom. We're going to trim that piece away, and that leaves us the 10 strips with a 1/4 inch seam on either side. And from this piece of fabric we're going to make a tube. So when you're making a Bargello, you're always making a tube. So we're going to fold this right sides together, and we're going to sew along the 1/4 inch seam, and we're going to make a tube. So wee bit of blue Peter, and just turn your tube right side out. Some people don't turn the tube, and I suppose arguably you don't have to, but I think this is quite a visual thing, and I like to be able to see what I'm doing. So if you turn the tube right side out, and it's important that you follow the color order for this. So I like to see the color. So that's your sewing seam, and I'm just going to finger press that. Alright, so that's your tube turned right side out. And now you are going to cut this into segments. Now, in your pack, you'll receive this, and this is your cutting instructions, and this is your color chart. So you're going to go through your color and your cutting instructions. You go 13 pieces to cut, and they're a variety of widths. So we're going to cut the widths from here. So that's your tube. So we're going to trim, line it up nice and neatly, and just trim a wee bit off the edge. Get a nice straight line to get started at. And then your first measurement is 1.5. So you're going to cut the tubes using the measurement 1, 2, 3. And 1.75. And 2. And 1.75. And 1.5. All right, so you get the general idea. So cut all of the tubes and then come back to me. So we're going to lay these out in the order, and now we're looking at the color chart. So if you look at this, so the top one is red followed by orange, yellow, okay? And the next one, it's green followed by red followed by orange followed by yellow. So you're just going to take your tube and you're going to finger press your tube so that would be your cutting line, and your green is at the top. So for your third tube, you want yellow at the top, and that's the order. Now don't forget, there are 2 of most of these colors in this, so make sure you're checking the order. So it's yellow, green, red. All right, and then we're going to go back up. We've got our little bit of movement going here, so we're going to go back up. So we want green at the top, and it's green, red, orange. So go through all of the pieces that you've cut, all of the segments that you've cut, and you are going to lay those out. And then so that's back to red at the top. Okay, so now this is where the top piece here, where you've laid this out, you've got your lovely pattern, and it is the same as the pattern here. And now you want to cut these. So even here where you've got a seam, because you've got a full inch before the seam, because we used the 1/4 inch, so you're literally just going to cut through that, and you're going to lay that out, and then you finger press along that line. You're just going to cut along that line, and you're going to lay that out, and you're going to do that all the way through all your 13 pieces. All right, and then you're going to take these to your sewing machine, and you're going to set it up with a beautifully accurate 1/4 inch seam, and you're going to sew these tubes together. Well, sorry, these strips together. So you're going to sew here, here, here. Okay, and when you sew on them, you're going to press the 1/4 inch seam all to one side. So I've just sewn a few of them together here. We're keeping the same layout as we have on your color chart, and you were following that all the way through. Yeah, so these would be, so you're going to sew that to that, that to that, that to that, that to that, and all the way through all 13 pieces. And then that will give you this. So you'll have a lovely Bargello placemat. So that'll be the quilt top, and then we're going to do a wee kit with these, and there's going to be enough in the kit to make 2 of these, and we're also going to include a wee bit of wadding and a wee bit of backing fabric, and we're also going to include this nice purple binding, and that means that you've got a kit, you've got a package with everything in it to complete these projects, because I know that's sometimes that's feedback we get, that people want everything, including the wee bit of wadding and the wee bit of backing fabric. Now, they won't all be this backing fabric, there'll be something in there, but we'll stick with the purples for now. And so if you really can't do binding, you can sew around the edge and turn this right side out, but on a small project, this is a nice small project to give binding a go. We use a double binding technique. We sew it onto the front, and we hand stitch it onto the back, and to be honest, that's the only way to get a really nice neat finish. So I hope you all have enjoyed this. We're going to have a kit in the shop. The kits are £12, and that includes enough of all the fabrics to make 2 placemats. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks very much. Bye bye.